Hello guys, here with a new video for the channel. I hope you like it, and if you like it, don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment, and subscribe. Now without further ado, get comfortable. Let's begin. Megun released an overwhelming power which caused even Yamoshi, along with Kakarot, to retreat, because the strong rays he emanated were powerful enough to even end the life of a king completely.
Kakarot, this is serious. The power he acquired thanks to all the demons of the underworld has been of an incomprehensible level.
Yamoshi, I know that you're my ancestor, but that power will not intimidate me. Watch this!
Kakarot likewise began to raise his power, with which he seemed to be accessing the primal Super Saiyan. But something was to differentiate. It was all Kakarot's first, since his entire body was being covered with it. Yamoshi at that moment was surprised, since the form which Kakarot was accessing was called the Saiyan Ancestral Form, because Yamoshi was not able to control such a state millions of years ago. So he decided to seal the most animal parts of the Saiyans, but Kakarot had been able to break all the limit which possessed.
I can't believe it! He was really make it. He'll be able to overcome the barrier of the powerful primal Saiyan God.
The Great Ozaru could be observed so quickly, hundreds of energy extortions shook all the outer space, while the pressure was so much that it would even reach the Kingdom of the Whole, in which Zeno-sama, along with Daishinkan, were very surprised.
Kakarot's power is amazing. I can't believe Whis trained him, because the power that was sleeping in that Saiyan is able to end the life of a...
On the planet of Beerus, everything around him seemed to be destroyed by the power that both warriors were expelling. But even though the planet of Beerus seemed to be destroyed, and Beerus was in a panic, Whis seemed to be in harmony with himself.
What the hell's wrong with you? We're gonna die and you feel like none of this is happening?
Mr. Beerus, you shouldn't worry. My little Kakarot will finally show the true power of a Saiyan, which even surpasses the primal Super Saiyan. Beerus would be surprised because he did not understand Whis' words. But at that moment, everything would calm down. But on the battlefield, incredible blows began. Kimuru, who would try to attack Kakarot from behind, would be frozen by his simple pressure, and at the moment would be turned into simple dust by breaking the ice statue.
It's Megun time to end your damn existence! You've lived for millions of years, but I'll have to end your life.
Damn, that's impossible for you, since you don't have the supreme power. I count on the power of the entire demonic race. You don't have anyone.
You're completely wrong about that, since I really count on the power of all my friends and family, unlike your pathetic stolen power.
Furious, Megun began to exchange millions of blows with Kakarot, who did not look the least bit fazed. But with his defense, he began to put pressure on Megun, who did not master all that great power. His power began to decrease even minimally, but Kakarot had noticed this, which, without losing that opportunity, wanted to humiliate him.
Don't finish with Megun so quickly. His power's starting to wane. Apparently his body's not able to withstand all that pressure, so I'll humiliate him and then finish with a...
Meanwhile, Yamoshi was surprised because everything around him was starting to freeze, while the pressure, on this occasion, was able to even make the great priest Daishinkan fall to his knees, which his power was not at all low, but the presence of Kakarot was felt by all universes.
The power of Kakarot's amazing. I'm not able to stand up. I feel the pressure even greater than that of a king at all.
This is because Kakarot's broken the barrier that separates the divine world from the angelic world. I can feel the essence of an archangel god sleeping inside.
Daishinkan would be very surprised by the words of Zeno-sama. Returning to the battlefield, Megun spits out large amounts of blood, so he was not able to do anything against Kakarot. On this occasion, was torturing Megun, completely dismembering him and granting him power so that he doesn't die. An act that left even his predecessor Yamoshi scared.
That's why I was never able to master the ancestral state of Super Saiyan. The way to fight is aggressiveness in all its splendor.
Yamoshi, with his legendary status, would approach Kakarot, but Kakarot, without any control, with a big blow had sent him flying, because he felt a hostile presence.
Kakarot, react, damn! That's not you. Don't let the essence of the Saiyan ancestral god be able to dominate you. You're much more than just a pawn of your anger.
Kakarot at that moment, it seemed that he'd been able to find and control, but a big ball of energy would pulverize Megun. But when he turned his head, his gaze was absolute evil. That's right, Kakarot at that precise moment was able to access a transformation never seen before. That's right, Kakarot's body was not able to withstand such a state, so he had to evolve. But this time, Kakarot's appearance seemed that of the same demon.
What the hell are you? I can't believe you're Kakarot.
Of course I'm Kakarot, but I'm the Archangel Kakarot, and I intend to end everything created.
Yamoshi would access his maximum power. Both Saiyans began to exchange millions of blows, but the difference in power was clear, since Kakarot's power surpassed him by thousands of times. Whis was observing everything that happened through his staff. He would quickly go to the place of the battle, being somewhat surprised because the instant he arrived, he was able to observe the powerful Yamoshi on the verge of death.
Kakarot, I know you're somewhere. I trust you, Kakarot.
Kakarot, while holding his head, felt a strong pain. Releasing Yamoshi, Whis would help him recover. But even though Yamoshi is at 100% of all his power, he was not able to do anything against Kakarot. But at that moment, a big door appeared in front of everyone, and a great pressure could be perceived.
What's this pressure? But unlike the pressure of Kakarot, is much warmer.
From the door, a warrior, very identical to a Saiyan, would prostrate himself in front of everyone. But that warrior would throw a great sphere towards Whis and Yamoshi.
The power of the Archangel sleeps inside you. It's bad luck that the negative power woke up first, so my superiors have ordered me to end your existence.
Raikon, with a single blow, sent Kakarot to a planet, which would be completely destroyed due to the power. Kakarot would recover, but when he got to his feet, he wasn't able to do it. All his vision was blurred.
Who is this guy? The power he has is overwhelming.
If you want to take down these multiversal beings, you have to pick on someone your own size. Let's have an Archangel-level battle.
Furious, Kakarot would lash out against Raikon, who treated Kakarot as a simple child. But all this was part of Kakarot's plan because he knew that his power was far from being compared to that warrior. Kakarot would allow himself to be humiliated so that thanks to his Saiyan cell phone, his power would increase much more. After 3 hours in which Kakarot had even lost parts of his body.
I've gotten tired of humiliating him, but what does that damn smile mean? I don't know why I feel my whole body shaking.
Ha 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 ha! Get ready. I hope you're ready for me to humiliate you, because if you have the courage to humiliate me, you must have the courage to be prepared for the humiliation of your life.
Raikon, before being able to say something, a great aura in the form of death would tear him as he had been able to tear everything around him. Raikon, trying to recover from that attack, he did not have the required time as Kakarot would appear on his forehead, and as if by lightning, he began to deal him the beating of his life. Raikon, despite being named as the most powerful Archangel of the Saiyan rank, was being humiliated by a Saiyan who had been born in the mortal world unlike of him, who had been born in the higher world.
I plan to end your pathetic life, and I'll feed on your power to quench my thirst for blood.
Kakarot was able to insert his hand into Raikon's chest, but the instant he was about to end his life, Whis would appear at Kakarot's side.
Kakarot, my little Saiyan, I totally trust you. Don't let me down, please.
Kakarot would begin to have a severe headache. That's right, the emotions and feelings towards Whis, who was the one who took care of him and trained him since he was a baby, were able to make Kakarot regain consciousness. Kakarot, realizing what he was about to do, would carefully pull out his hand, asking for an apology. But both warriors at that moment fell out of combat, so Whis would take them to the Kingdom of the All. Zeno-sama was surprised to observe Raikon since he was able to realize who he was as such an incredible warrior.
How is it possible that Raikon is in these conditions? What happened to him?
Great Zeno-sama, do you even know him? He's the one who is facing Kakarot.
Of course I know him, but in any case, Kakarot's power has really been even overcome an Archangel. I can't believe it. This hasn't happened for 50 million years.
Kakarot would wake up a little sore from such a battle, but Zeno-sama would continue to explain who was the warrior capable of overcoming the barrier between the mortal world and the Archangel world. That's right, the first person was Mikoshin, the powerful Archangel, in every sense of the word, being able to even overcome kings at all. But with the training of millions of years, unlike Kakarot, who was only 35 years old, it was something never seen before. Raikon would wake up expelling his great power. Due to that, I didn't know where he was. Everyone fell to their knees, with the exception of Kakarot, as he'd been able to assimilate all the pressure of being called Archangel.
You're in the kingdom of the All. This is the place where the most powerful being of the 12 universe lives.
Raikon, observing Kakarot, again launched against him. But great was the surprise of everyone to Kakarot being able to stop his blow, despite being only in the Super Saiyan Primal. That's right, Kakarot was able to access this in a matter of seconds.
I apologize for the battle we had, but I've been able to master all that power to 50%, making it mine completely. If you wish to fight, I'll finish with you.
Raikon, with his pride shattered, would accept that he was not able to do anything against Kakarot. But at the time of leaving, Kakarot would be named as the new most powerful being of all the 12 universes. However, Kakarot would reject him immediately.
Zeno-sama, I wish that you remain the being who rules all the universes, since your power and your word must remain the supreme authority. But Kakarot, your power surpasses me by tens of times. You deserve to be the new king and ruler of the whole. No, great Zeno-sama, I trust that you'll do a better job than I will. You've always been the king of everything. I trust in you.
My little one, now you are even a being which is feared by one of the archangels of the multiverse. You make me feel very proud of you.
Father, I appreciate that you've placed your trust in me. I'll never do anything to disappoint you.
Whis, along with Kakarot, would leave for the planet of Beerus, in which Kakarot began to train with both deities, because Beerus didn't want to stay behind any god of destruction.
With the help of the mighty Kakarot-sama, who even surpasses the great Zeno-sama, I'm sure I'll become a mighty warrior.
That's how the disciple, after several years, was able to even become a master, and the entire multiverse of Zeno-sama was guarded by Kakarot, who in his training was also able to master the ancestral Super Saiyan. That's right, Kakarot mastered the beast state of the Saiyans. Well guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking. Now don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment and subscribe. Now without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.